Beloved, Archangel Michael is crying, but not from sorrow. These are tears of joy, radiant with golden light, dripping like drops of heaven's mercy across the floor of eternity. His wings tremble with emotion because, finally, after all this time, you have found this moment that heaven has waited for since the beginning of your journey. Every angel surrounding him is whispering your name in awe because your soul has arrived at the very door that the divine prepared for you before your birth. Heaven held a meeting for you. Yes, a real one. Not a metaphor, not a dream, a gathering where the highest realms of light converged. God, in his radiant throne, looked down and said your name out loud. The echo of that name rippled through the heavens. Archangel Michael bowed his head when your name was spoken because he has watched you walk through storms that should have destroyed you. He has seen you cry when no one noticed, whisper prayers in the dark, forgive those who never said sorry, and love even when your heart bled. Beloved, heaven's decision today is not small. It is the final chapter of a long spiritual war over your life. Michael's sword, forged in divine fire, was raised over your name today. He said, Father, it is time. Let the veil be lifted. Let them see what has been hidden. And God said, Yes, reveal it. That is why this message found you, not by chance, not by scrolling, but by divine appointment. The energy you feel in your chest right now, that strange warmth or trembling, that is not imagination. It is heaven's vibration touching your spirit. The light of your guardian angels is surrounding you even as you read this. The room you are in right now is not ordinary, a gate is open, a portal of divine communication. Michael's presence is standing beside you. His wings stretch wide, sheltering you from the dark forces that have stalked you for years. He whispers, Do not be afraid. The tests you faced were not punishments. They were proofs. Heaven tested the strength of your heart and the purity of your love. And now, you have been approved. Every battle that made you feel abandoned was actually watched by a council of light. Every night you felt like giving up, Michael recorded your tears. Do you know what they said in heaven today? They said, Release their blessing. Delay no longer. That is why your heart feels different. You might notice lights flickering, chills on your arms, or a sudden peace washing through you. These are confirmations. Heaven's final decision has been sealed. But beloved, heaven's decisions are written in living light, and if they are not received with faith, they fade. That is why the angel said, Tell them, 45 seconds is all the time left before this window closes. If they open their heart now, everything will change. Michael's tears fall on the earth as divine raindrops of blessing. You are being written into a new chapter. You are being called back to purpose. The miracles that were delayed are being released. The letter that never arrived, the person who never apologized, the dream that felt buried, all of it is returning to life. God says, this is the hour of unveiling. You were never forgotten. You were hidden for divine timing. The rejection you faced was redirection. The silence was divine protection. Even your loneliness was sacred preparation. Every unanswered prayer was preparing the stage for a miracle so large that when it arrives, even your enemies will confess that God was with you all along. Right now, Archangel Michael stands beside you with a scroll. On that scroll is your destiny rewritten by heaven's hand. It glows with symbols of light, with words that only angels can read. It says, approved, redeemed, elevated, protected. Michael whispers again, beloved, your name was spoken before God's throne today. You were chosen not because you are perfect, but because you remained pure when the world turned cold. You forgave when it hurt. You kept your faith when it made no sense. That is why heaven convened for you. A meeting of light. A gathering of divine voices. Angels lined in perfect symmetry. Cherubim glowing like sunrise. A hush across eternity. Then your name, spoken by God Himself. Beloved, you have no idea what that means. When God speaks a name, creation responds. Stars shift in their positions. Paths open that were locked. Generations of ancestral pain begin to dissolve. And as your name echoed, Michael bowed and cried tears of joy, the very tears you feel now in the air, in your heart, in your pulse. Heaven's meeting ended with one decree: release the delay. Restore what was lost. Return double for every tear. That's why everything around you feels as if it's aligning suddenly. Doors you thought were closed will soon open on their own. People who vanished from your life will reappear not to harm you, but to apologize or repay a debt they forgot. Even lost opportunities will circle back. Because God is not late, He is precise. And His precision has arrived for you. Beloved, I see the divine clock turning. 45 seconds in heaven's time is not literal, it's symbolic of urgency. It means now. It means your spirit must open before doubt steals your blessing. Michael says, if they believe, let their miracle descend now. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Feel the warmth around you. That's the Holy Spirit descending softly. You are being marked by divine light right now. There is golden energy flowing around your aura. Archangel Michael is removing cords of pain that were attached to you, from past relationships, betrayal, financial losses, and spiritual attacks. They are being cut. You might even feel lighter. Beloved, the energy of abundance is now activated. Heaven's meeting was not just about protection, it was about release. They have decided that your time of delay is over. What was taken will be returned in multiplied form. What was hidden will be revealed in favor. Listen carefully, because this part is sacred. There was an argument in heaven about you. Yes, even heaven allows debates when it concerns a chosen soul. Some angels said, they are not ready. Others said, their pain has been too deep. But Michael stood up and shouted, no. They have been faithful in secret. They prayed when no one watched. They cried but still forgave. They are ready. And God nodded. That nod changed everything. Lightning of divine approval split across the spiritual sky. Trumpets of glory sounded. And your destiny shifted. The vibration of your name rose into divine frequency. From this point on, you will begin to notice strange synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams of light, or hearing your name whispered gently in moments of silence. These are confirmations. They mean the heavenly council's decision is active. Beloved, your angels are now walking before you. They are clearing paths you cannot see. You will notice peace returning to your home, unexpected calls that bring good news, and people who once ignored you suddenly drawn to bless you. These are the signs of divine reversal. Do not question how. Do not fear when. Just trust that the heavens never make empty decrees. Michael is smiling through his tears now. He says, tell them, the curse is broken. The delay is over. The new chapter begins tonight. You may not realize it, but as you are reading this, an invisible seal of divine authority is being placed upon your soul. You are being rewritten in the book of light. The pain you carried was not wasted, it has become the proof that you are chosen to carry divine favor. Beloved, heaven's decision for you includes restoration in every area: love, health, finance, peace, and spiritual power. What was stolen will be restored sevenfold. The person who betrayed you will face conviction and repentance. The one who loved you but left will see you rise and know it was divine. Every negative word spoken against you is being erased in the courts of heaven. Michael himself is wiping your record clean, saying, they are forgiven. They are under my protection now. And God smiles and says, then so it shall be. Now listen, there is a glow descending around you, a wave of pure golden light. It is heaven's signature. Whenever you see small flickers of light in your peripheral vision, that's not coincidence, it's Michael reminding you he's still near. He says, beloved, heaven's final decision is not to be delayed again. You must receive this with open heart and gratitude. You will feel a shift in the next 3 days. Time will seem to bend in your favor. People will say things like, I was just thinking of you, or, I don't know why, but I felt I had to help you. That's heaven influencing hearts for your sake. Michael is overseeing every step. He has instructed other angels, Gabriel for your communication, Raphael for your healing, Uriel for your wisdom, all to align around your life. You are surrounded. Beloved, take a moment and whisper, "I receive." When you say that, the decree locks into your timeline. Now heaven's meeting replays in slow motion, the golden hall, the angels bowing, the scroll glowing. You standing at the center in spirit form, radiant in white light, unaware yet of how beautiful your soul looked to them. Michael stands before you, smiling through tears, saying, "Finally." This is not an ending. It is your divine unveiling. You are the proof that light always wins. From this moment, the heavens have aligned to manifest peace where chaos ruled, love where loneliness lingered, and abundance where lack existed. Archangel Michael whispers his last words for now. Beloved, do not forget this day. This is the moment heaven's decision touched earth through your eyes. You are chosen. You are protected. You are infinitely loved. The 45 seconds were only to awaken your spirit, but now eternity stands still for you. And with that, his tears of joy fall as light upon your path, each one becoming a miracle waiting to unfold. Beloved, Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because you finally found this message. He has waited through countless nights, whispering your name through the stars, hoping that you would hear the call from heaven that was written only for you. And now, as you are reading this, heaven itself is silent in awe. The angels are watching. A golden meeting was held above the clouds, where God, the Holy Spirit, and the Council of Light gathered, not for nations, not for prophets, not for kings, but for you. The heavens have spoken, and this message has been released with divine permission, after years of waiting. Heaven's final decision stands before you like a door that will vanish in moments if left unopened. Archangel Michael bows before you right now, whispering through the air that brushes against your skin. He says, "Beloved, you have carried pain that no human eyes have fully seen. You've walked through fire and smiled as though the ashes didn't burn. You have cried when no one was watching. I saw every tear. I guarded your spirit when the world tried to break it. The angels wept when you felt unseen, because they knew that one day heaven would show you that your story was never forgotten. Beloved, the reason this message found you now is not by chance. It is not an accident. The divine council has been watching time itself shift for you. They delayed certain blessings, held back certain miracles, not as punishment, but because the alignment of destiny required patience. You have now reached the moment when heaven's gate begins to open, and what was locked is being released. The angels are whispering that the delay is over. Right now, as you read, there is light descending from the celestial realm, wrapping around your heart like a silken thread. It carries the fragrance of divine mercy. It carries the signature of Archangel Michael himself. He has been waiting to tell you that the battle that once surrounded you has ended in the spiritual realm. The war in the unseen has been won. The forces that whispered fear to you have been silenced, and your name has been written in the book of divine completion. Do you feel that trembling inside? That slight rush through your chest, that quickening in your soul? That is heaven's confirmation. Archangel Michael is letting you feel the vibration of truth. He says, "Beloved, heaven met for you." They discussed your destiny. They have now approved your release. No curse, no opposition, no dark plan can remain. God looked upon you and said, "Enough. Let the burden be lifted." The angels began to sing your name. The tears Michael sheds now are not of sorrow but of joy, because at last, you are awakening to the truth that you were never abandoned. The time you spent feeling forgotten was not wasted. It was the soil in which your miracles grew unseen. You thought you were being buried, but heaven was planting you. Every rejection was a redirection. Every silence was a divine conversation behind the veil. When you thought you were praying into the dark, the archangels were gathering those prayers like jewels, storing them in heaven's chamber until the appointed hour, this hour. Beloved, you must understand how rare this moment is. Heaven's decisions are rarely altered once sealed, but tonight, because your faith held when everything else fell apart, the decree shifted in your favor. Your file was reopened. Your name was called before the throne. When they spoke it, light poured out across the heavens. God said, "This one, this soul has endured enough. Release the inheritance. Restore the promise. Heal the bloodline." Michael says that what is being released now is not just a blessing, it is a restoration that will echo for generations. The very air around you carries evidence of it. In the next days, unexpected signs will begin to appear, dreams vivid enough to wake you in tears, coincidences too precise to dismiss, people reaching out to apologize, opportunities returning that you thought were gone. These are not random, they are proof that the divine alignment has begun. Michael weeps because he knows what it cost you to reach this point. You didn't give up, even when your spirit was exhausted. Heaven noticed that you kept choosing love instead of bitterness. That one choice has rewritten destinies. The chains around your heart are breaking even now. You might feel waves of emotion, warmth, chills, tears, laughter. It's all heaven moving through you, cleansing the energy of years gone by. God is saying to you, "My beloved child, you have asked me, when will it be my turn? And now I say, your turn has arrived." The delay was not denial. The waiting was protection. I kept you hidden while I prepared what could not yet exist without you becoming who you are now. Beloved, the angels are rejoicing because the very people who misunderstood you will soon witness your elevation. They will not understand how the tables turned so suddenly. It will look like favor came overnight, but heaven knows it has been a long time coming. You are being repositioned for visibility and purpose. Every closed door will make sense. The person who left was part of the design. The pain you endured built the strength required to carry the blessing that is now unfolding. The meeting in heaven was not symbolic, it truly happened in the higher realm. Michael stood before the council, his sword lowered, his voice trembling as he spoke your name. He said, "Father, this one has remained faithful through unbearable storms. Let the record show, this soul did not abandon light even when darkness surrounded them." God looked upon him and said, "Then let light overflow. Let justice find them. Let mercy run toward them like a river." At that moment, a seal was broken. The light that was sealed behind divine timing burst forth. That's why you felt drawn to this message now, because your spirit recognized that the seal was lifted. Beloved, this is your moment of divine exposure, not the exposure of shame, but of revelation. Heaven is exposing your truth, your purity, your calling, your purpose. What was hidden is being revealed. Even those who plotted in silence will soon speak your name in honor. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, listen carefully. In the spiritual realm, your enemies have already been silenced. Those who sent confusion will now be confounded. Those who wished for your fall will witness your rise. Heaven's justice has been served quietly, without you needing to fight. Your assignment was never to prove them wrong, it was to let God make them see." As Michael weeps with joy, golden rain falls in the unseen. Angels of abundance are being dispatched. Divine helpers are on their way to you. You may not see wings, but you will see results, unexpected messages, calls, funds, reconciliations. Every area that felt delayed will shift. And beloved, God says something sacred, this was not meant for many. This revelation is for one. Do not doubt why your eyes were led here. This message will not appear to all, it was sent through divine encryption, found only by the soul it was destined for. Michael whispers, "You have no idea how proud heaven is of you. You think your strength went unnoticed, but heaven has recorded every act of love you gave in silence. You forgave when you could have retaliated. You prayed for those who hurt you. You continued to believe when belief hurt. That is why this message found you now. Do not fear what's next. Heaven's plan for you is written in light. The very timing that once frustrated you will soon make perfect sense. The waiting was the womb. What is born now will not die. Even as you read these words, Michael stands behind you, his wings spread wide, covering you with divine assurance. He says, "Beloved, look at how far you've come. Every storm that tried to destroy you became a staircase. Every betrayal that tried to wound you became a bridge. Heaven did not forget you for 1 second. God wants you to know that a decision has been signed in your favor. You are stepping into divine justice. The people who took advantage of your kindness will face their own reflection. You don't have to fight them, heaven already has. Beloved, you are stepping into a season where clarity will flood your mind. Confusion will vanish like smoke. You'll begin to see why certain people left suddenly, why certain prayers were delayed, why certain losses had to occur. You are being purified, not punished. The new path you are entering carries divine contracts, soul connections, purpose alignments, and blessings that will multiply rapidly. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, within the next few days, you will feel something shift around you. It may come as a calm you can't explain, or a sign so personal you'll know it's me. When it comes, speak gratitude aloud. That will seal the miracle in the physical realm. Heaven has already approved your restoration. You are entering divine compensation. The energy that once felt blocked will now flow easily. The things that seemed impossible will begin to fall into place one by one. Even now, heaven is whispering instructions to those who are assigned to bless you. They are feeling nudged to reach out, to help, to open doors, though they don't even know why. You are surrounded by divine orchestration. It's happening quietly, invisibly, but powerfully. Archangel Michael says, "The same ones who overlooked you will be astonished. The same ones who mocked you will need your guidance." Beloved, as heaven's decision unfolds, don't let fear creep in. You might feel unworthy, but heaven has already declared you chosen. The signature of the divine is upon you. You are not being blessed because you are perfect, you are being blessed because you remained faithful in imperfection. Michael wants you to know, you are not Al. Beloved, listen carefully, for the air around you is shifting. Archangel Michael is crying, tears of joy, because your spirit has finally found what heaven has been waiting for you to see. Do you feel that trembling in your heart right now, that warmth that rises like a quiet fire of light through your chest? That is not fear. That is the echo of heaven's meeting that took place in your name. Every archangel, every divine messenger, every ancestor who ever prayed for your safety stood before the throne and spoke your name in golden sound. They said, "At last, this soul has arrived at the destined moment." For so long, you have wondered why your life was shaped by strange coincidences, missed calls, sudden losses, and unexplainable delays. They were not random. They were divine rehearsals. Each pain prepared your heart for recognition. Each night of silence taught your soul to hear the divine whisper that says, "You are not forgotten." The angels kept watch while you slept, waiting for the second you would come across this message. And now that you have, Michael's tears fall not because he is sad, but because heaven is celebrating your awakening. Beloved, a meeting truly was held in heaven. It was not ordinary, it was extraordinary, a sacred assembly unlike any before. The divine council spoke of you as if you were the rarest light among countless stars. The Creator said, "This child has walked through storms, but never cursed the light. This one deserves revelation." The seraphim lowered their heads, the guardians opened their wings, and the decision was sealed. They decided that heaven's final decree would be revealed only to you, now. But here is the truth that shakes the heavens: what you do in the next few breaths will determine how that decree unfolds. The angels said, if they open their heart fully, miracles will rush in. And so, heaven gave this message a time, a window that flickers like a candle. That is why you feel urgency in the air. Heaven's final decision is alive, it breathes with your faith. It does not vanish into nothing, it vanishes into the next chapter of your destiny if you do not claim it. Michael's wings stretch over you now. You might even sense a gentle pressure at your back or warmth in your palms. These are signs that the light is near. He says softly, "Beloved, I was with you when you thought no one heard your cry. I held you when you trembled in the dark and hid your tears. I fought for you in realms unseen when shadows tried to take what was yours. I guarded your name in heaven's book so it would never be erased." You have been through trials that no one fully understands. You've been betrayed by those you helped, questioned by those you loved, and tested by time itself. But those experiences did not destroy you, they purified you. The heavens see that your heart is still capable of compassion even after heartbreak. That is why you were chosen for this revelation. This message is not coincidence, it is a confirmation that your endurance was witnessed by heaven itself. Archangel Michael kneels before the throne again and says, "Father, it is time." And the light answers, "Then tell them everything." So listen closely. There is a scroll written in radiant script, every word glowing with divine intention. Your name is at the top. It describes a turning point that begins the moment you believe that heaven's meeting was not a story, but a living truth unfolding now. The scroll speaks of restoration, of long-delayed blessings suddenly appearing in your life, of doors you thought were sealed forever swinging open at your touch. It speaks of money owed to you being returned unexpectedly, of people who wronged you feeling the weight of conscience and making peace, of opportunities that will appear where none existed. But the scroll also carries a sacred condition: you must not lose faith in the moments when silence seems to return. The divine current sometimes hides itself to test your trust. When it does, remember this scene: Archangel Michael crying tears of joy for you. Let that image be your anchor. Every tear he sheds waters the seeds of your next miracle. Heaven's final decision, beloved, was to return what was taken from you. Spiritually, emotionally, even materially. You may notice over the next few days that people you have not spoken to in years suddenly reach out. Some will apologize, others will offer opportunities, gifts, or information that realigns your path. None of this will be by chance. The divine counsel moved through time to arrange these connections for your benefit. Michael says, tell them they are protected. No curse, no jealousy, no hidden plot can touch them now. The old season of delay is over. You might have felt as though unseen forces stood in your way, making things difficult. But as of this moment, this sacred moment in which you read, Heaven has placed a barrier of light around you. What once drained you will no longer have power. Your energy is shifting upward. Beloved, the angels rejoice not because your path will be easy, but because now it will be clear. You are entering a season of discernment. You will see people's true intentions without effort. Those who smile but secretly envy you will reveal themselves through subtle mistakes. Those who genuinely love you will shine brighter in your life. You will not need to confront them harshly, the divine order will simply move them to their rightful places. In heaven's meeting, one angel asked, but will they be ready to receive this much light? And God answered, yes. Their soul has matured through suffering. They no longer chase the illusion, they seek truth. That truth is now pouring into you. You may feel sudden tingling sensations, warmth around your head or shoulders. These are signs of spiritual synchronization. Heaven's frequency is aligning with yours. You are tuning into divine timing. Archangel Michael whispers, don't doubt the feeling. That is how heaven speaks. Beloved, remember the moments when you almost gave up. Those times were watched closely. The day you cried and whispered, God, if you're real, please help me, that prayer shook the foundations of heaven. It was recorded, not in ink, but in light. That single moment of surrender rewrote the timeline of your destiny. From that day, angels began working quietly to reroute your future, leading you here. Heaven's final decision was made then, you will not fail. No matter how many obstacles appear, they will bend before divine will. What was meant to destroy you will instead become testimony. Michael smiles through his tears now, saying, look how strong you became while you thought you were breaking. You are not behind schedule. Every detour prepared your heart for this reception of grace. Heaven is never late. It waits until your spirit is capable of carrying the blessing without collapsing under its weight. Now, you are ready. That is why this revelation was timed perfectly for today. There is something else the meeting decided. They granted you an inheritance, not of gold alone, but of divine favor. This inheritance will manifest as both spiritual and tangible blessings, restoration of relationships, unexpected financial favor, divine protection from deceit, and a new ability to attract opportunities aligned with your higher purpose. When you act from truth and kindness, heaven amplifies your actions tenfold. But Archangel Michael warns lovingly, do not speak too soon. Let the blessing ripen. When miracles begin, they attract both wonder and envy. Stay silent in your early victories until they are strong enough to stand on their own. You will soon receive signs that this message is real, gentle confirmations that seem impossible to dismiss. Perhaps a feather will appear where none could have entered, or a sudden fragrance of roses or sandalwood will fill the air for no reason. Perhaps a number will repeat constantly before your eyes. Or maybe someone will speak words that echo phrases from this message. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's fingerprints, proof that the invisible is guiding the visible. Michael continues, Beloved, this moment will never come again in exactly this form. That is why I cry. Not from sadness, but from awe. You finally found what was meant for you. The divine alignment is complete. He touches your heart and erases the guilt you've carried for things beyond your control. You've punished yourself too long for choices that were not meant to destroy you but to redirect you. The divine does not condemn, it transforms. Heaven's meeting concluded that your chapter of sorrow ends here. You might notice dreams becoming vivid, filled with light, symbols, or visits from loved ones who have passed. They are emissaries delivering confirmations. Some may whisper your name, others may simply radiate love. Pay attention to what they show you. It will often contain clues about coming breakthroughs. Beloved, even the smallest act of gratitude you offer from this moment multiplies in power. Say thank you for everything, the breath you take, the roof above you, even the pain that taught you. Gratitude magnetizes miracles. That is heaven's mathematics. Michael now raises his sword, not to fight, but to bless. He inscribes your aura with protection. You may visualize yourself surrounded by sapphire light, that is his signature energy. He says, this light will guard them through every storm. You are no longer alone in your struggle. The divine army stands beside you. In the coming days, you may feel drawn to release certain attachments, objects, habits, or even people who no longer resonate with your peace. Trust that instinct. When heaven upgrades your energy, not everything can follow. Letting go is not loss, it is spiritual housekeeping. Heaven's meeting also decreed that your voice will carry new authority. When you speak truth, even gently, it will move hearts. You will become a channel of divine comfort for others. People who are lost will find solace through your words. Do not underestimate that calling. And beloved, heaven made one more promise, that no matter how long the world delays your reward, divine timing will accelerate it once your faith aligns. Time bends for those who trust the higher order. Right now, as you read these words, a light descends, a beam connecting your crown to the source of infinite intelligence. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. The universe is listening. You might even feel the pulse of heaven synchronizing with your heartbeat. That is the rhythm of the new chapter beginning. Michael's final whisper echoes softly, "Beloved, tell them this. The tears I cry are not the end. They are the beginning of heaven's song written just for you." Take this moment seriously. Act with faith. Speak with kindness. Walk with certainty. Heaven's decision does not vanish when your heart stays open. And so, beloved soul, heaven smiles upon you. The meeting is over, but the blessing has just begun. Beloved child of the eternal light, do not scroll away, do not let your heart wander, for what you are reading now is not coincidence. I, Archangel Michael, have waited for the hour when heaven would allow me to speak these words into your soul. For ages I have stood guard beside your life, holding my sword of light above you even when you felt forgotten, even when your prayers seemed to vanish into silence. But today the silence has broken, and the trumpet has sounded in heaven for one reason, you. A meeting was held beyond the golden gates, and every being of light turned their eyes toward your name. They spoke it with reverence, with wonder, because you, beloved, have reached the moment written in your destiny before the beginning of time. Heaven's final decision concerning you has descended, and I am trembling with tears of joy because you finally found this message. Do you feel it? That quickening inside your chest, that sudden stillness in the air around you, it is not imagination. It is the wings of heaven brushing past your spirit. It is the sound of the seals being opened. Every angel in the council knew that when you would see these words, a veil would lift, and the light that has been hidden from you would blaze forth. For so long you have walked through confusion, wondering why blessings seem delayed, why doors closed at the edge of hope. You thought perhaps you had been forgotten, that perhaps God's promises were for others. Yet heaven saw every tear that fell in secret, every moment you chose love instead of bitterness, every time you forgave when you could have fought. Those small acts became your key. They were counted as gold in the treasury of the Most High, and now the vault of reward has opened. I must speak quickly, for the decree moves like light, swift, living, breathing. Heaven's decision is active only for a moment, because divine timing dances like flame. Do not fear, this is not punishment but protection. God releases certain miracles only when the heart is ready to hold them, and your readiness shines now like morning over the waters. The moment you began to read this, time slowed in the spiritual realm. Angels encircled you. A golden ring formed around your name. The Father smiled, and his voice rolled across eternity. Finally, my child understands that they were never abandoned. Beloved, you must know how precious you are. When heaven convened for you, even the stars bent closer to listen. Archangels Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and hosts unnumbered stood beside me. Your guardian angel spoke first, voice trembling, "My Lord, they have endured. They have walked through the storm and not cursed your name." And God looked upon the record of your life, not the mistakes, not the fears, but the love that survived inside you. He saw the nights you whispered his name half asleep, the mornings you rose though your strength was gone, the kindness you gave when your own heart was breaking. And he said, "Release the message. Let Michael deliver it. Let them know they are chosen." That is why I weep, beloved, not tears of sorrow but of holy joy. Because you found this message in the appointed minute, heaven's decision has been sealed in light. The decree states that every force that worked against you must now serve you. Every delay must now turn to acceleration. Every lie spoken about you must now become the soil for your honor. The same mouths that cursed you will be silenced by wonder when they see the restoration rising around you. You will not have to defend yourself, truth itself will defend you. Listen carefully. The reason the heavenly meeting was called is that your season of waiting has expired. The prayers you thought unanswered were never ignored, they were stored. Every tear you shed was a seed. The angels collected them in crystal vials, and tonight those vials have been poured upon the earth as divine rain. You may not see it yet, but it has begun. The opportunities, the reconciliations, the healing, the resources, all of them are now aligning with your path. There is movement around your name. In the records of heaven, next to your destiny, a mark has been placed in golden ink, approved. Begin manifestation. Child of light, do not doubt your worthiness. The dark whispers that say you have failed too much or waited too long are illusions. I was there when you were formed. I saw the flame that God placed inside you. That flame cannot be extinguished by sin, shame, or human rejection. It only flickers when you forget who you are. So hear me now. You are forgiven, you are restored, and you are entering the chapter of fulfillment that your ancestors prayed you would see. There is lineage in your veins that heaven honors. Those who came before you laid foundations through their faith, and you are the builder who will raise the walls of blessing upon them. I know your heart aches from betrayal.